What's going on, boys? Big old dog boxing. What's going on? Shit, bruh. Coming up already this weekend. One more sleep. One more sleep. Big drama show on the 31st of January from the Madison Square Garden, New York, New York. In the main event, the highly anticipated Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, buddy. The reigning WBO Ring Magazine Junior Welterweight Champion Teofimo Lopez versus the undefeated three-division world champion Shakur Stevenson will be moving up in weight to challenge Teofimo Lopez. This is a fantastic matchup between two elite prize fighters on paper. But in reality, man, I think that this fight might just be a snoozer, man. This fight might just be a snoozer because one guy, Shakur Stevenson, is a pure boxer. He likes to fight on his back foot. He likes to wait for his opponent to come towards him, make the first move. Same, but different, right? Counter puncher, boxer puncher, which means he also likes to sit back and wait for his opponents to take the first shot, make the first move so he could counter off of it. This fight might not live up to the hype. This fight might just be a long ass staring contest between two fighters. But on paper, yeah, man, it looks good. But looking at the glass half full, both of the guys are in their prime. Shakur Stevenson last defending his WBC world title at 135 pounds versus William Zepeda. That one was a good fight. But what made it a good fight, though, was William Zepeda was the one pressing the action. You know what I'm saying? Had it not been for William Zepeda, I don't know what that fight might have looked like. And the crazy thing to me is, how is Shakur Stevenson back before William Zepeda? William Zepeda is a really entertaining fighter to watch. Oscar De La Hoya is fucking up, man. How is William Zepeda not back before Shakur Stevenson? I love Jimmy. What up, bro? What's going on? But yeah, man. That style of William, defensive style. Styles make fights, man. Styles make fights. Phoenix, what up, bro? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? But Shakur Stevenson is known for being a painfully boring fighter to watch, man. But I'll give him this. Shakur Stevenson in his last fight, he looked good versus William Zepeda. But again, Styles make fights thin. Teofimo Lopez fights nothing like William Zepeda. Christina, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez's style is nothing like William Zepeda's. But what Teofimo Lopez does have is he has excellent technical ability. He has explosive power. He has outstanding hand speed. And although Teofimo Lopez's power hasn't carried too great, he hasn't had a knockout in a long time, man. I can't remember when's the last time Teofimo Lopez scored a knockdown, man. So I hear people saying that Tio's gonna get a knockout. Nah, bro. I don't see it. I don't see it. You know, but wins are wins, man. A win is a win. Uh, but yeah, man, Teofimo Lopez, he's a great ring general. He's got great athleticism. He's also got outstanding upper body movement, head movement, which makes him a hard target to hit. But Teofimo Lopez is bread and butter, like I said, man. He's a counter puncher, man. And if he doesn't press that action, bro, I don't know if we're gonna get a good fight, y'all. I just don't know. I don't know what to expect. You know what Teofimo Lopez needs to do? He needs to abandon trying to box Shakur. Yeah, he needs to. John, what up, bro? My brother John in the building says it's not going to be a slugfest. And I agree. Well, see, that's the thing, John. It needs to become a slugfest, family. That's what needs to happen. Teofimo Lopez needs to turn into a slugfest if he has any chance of winning this fight. You know what I would do if I was Teofimo Lopez? If I was in Teo's corner, I would tell him to forget boxing, forget about his head, forget about Shakur Stevenson's head. For the first 3 rounds or so, I would tell Teo go straight to his body. Yeah, that's what I would do. If I was coaching or training Teofimo Lopez, I would tell him to go straight to the body for the first 3 rounds and slow Shakur Stevenson's pace down. And plus, Shakur Stevenson, since he's on the back foot, he likes to back foot it. John says Teo needs to be the aggressor. That's what I'm saying. Since Shakur Stevenson likes to leap backwards, he likes to back foot bitch it. I would say I would hit that fool right in his fucking chest. Boom! Hit that motherfucker right in his chest since he's already moving back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Teo needs to forget about all that boxing. He needs to forget about trying to outsmart, trying to outbox Shakur. And Teo just needs to straight up go any chance of winning this fight. You know, because he has very good combinations. He knows how to mix up his attacks upstairs, downstairs. He's got great punch variety, and he's got clever punch selection. You know, something else that Teofimo Lopez does have going for him as well is in his step up fights, he's known to win them. In all of his big fights, like versus Vasily Lomachenko, Josh Taylor, he wins those fights. He wins the fights that matter the most. And although Vasily Lomachenko was a lot smaller than Shakur Stevenson and a lot more aggressive, you know what they both have in common? Both of them are southpaws. You know what I'm saying? After Teofimo Lopez defeated Lomachenko, he let that win get to his head. Lost to George Kambosos right after. But right after that, he reestablished himself as an elite champion with the dominating victory over Josh Taylor. So what that means is Teofimo Lopez has a proven record of winning his big fights. Shout out to Dream Chaser says, please, Speed, I need this. My mom is kind of homeless and I live with my dad and I want to help her out. Dream Chaser, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro. We're just sitting in here chilling, bro, talking boxing, bro. But yeah, if you take a look at Teofimo Lopez's track record versus defensive style fighters, though, like you look at the fight versus Sandor Martin, he was dropped 2 times. John says Shakur will never let T.O. rough him. Tom and Jerry all night. And see, John, man, that's what I'm worried about, bro. That's what I don't want to see. That's what I don't want to see, man. And Shakur Stevenson doesn't mind stinking up the joint, thinking up the plays, bro. And Teofimo Lopez, bro, he's proven time and time again that he struggles versus technical operators versus pure boxers. He struggles with guys that fight like Shakur Stevenson. You know, in that Sandor Martin fight, he got dropped twice. And in my opinion, he got a gift. That Sandor Martin fight, that was a robbery, bro. The wrong man got his hand raised that night, you know. That this fight versus Shakur Stevenson, stylistically speaking, is all wrong for Teofimo Lopez, bro. I'm gonna be real. That's why I say that Teo, in order to win this fight, he needs to do something different. And when I mean do something different, he needs to go at Shakur Stevenson. He needs to go at Shakur Stevenson. He needs to just go at Shakur's body for the first 3 rounds. Forget the boxing shit. Forget the feeling out phase. Go straight to Shakur Stevenson and punch him in his fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying, John? He needs to go straight in Shakur's grill and punch him in his new teeth, bruh. Fuck trying to outbox this dude. You're not gonna do it. Shakur Stevenson is a better boxer than Teo, I think. You know, and Teo, Sandor Martin gave him problems. Jermaine Ortiz, he couldn't cut the ring out versus Jermaine Ortiz. You know? And now you're fighting a pure boxer, a back foot cutie pie that is on a higher level than these guys. Nah, man, you got to do something different. That's what I'm saying. You got to get in this dude's grill and just try to bully his ass. You know, one thing that's William Zepeda in that fight versus Shakur Stevenson, he was able to hurt him, right? He was able to hurt him. He did land a solid jab that rocked and hurt Shakur Stevenson. Teo needs to take a page out of that book. You know, I wonder what would happen. What would happen if neither guy stepped to each other on his back foot? John says, damn, Teo has to punch Shakur. That's it, bro. That's it, John, bro. That's exactly what Teo needs to do, bro. That's the only chance I see him winning. Like, that's the only way I see him winning. But I know I can't prove this for sure, right? I can't say this for certain that Teo needs to knock out to win, but I have a feeling, bro, that if it's a close fight and it could go either way, I think they're going to give that to Shakur. I think they're going to give it to Shakur, bro. I think that the powers that be, the commentators, all the boxing media, they seem to want to force these type of fighters like Shakur Stevenson. They try to force them down our throats and try to manipulate us and believing that this is the sweet science, and that, if you don't like this type of fighting, that you're just a casual, you don't know what you're looking at. John says Shakur is a DEI boxer. Yeah, well, John, what does DEI stand for, bro? What does that mean? But like earlier today, I seen this post by the Ring magazine, and basically they were putting Shakur Stevenson up there with Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward. Like basically, they made it look. They made it seem like he's already won. John says another name from affirmative action. Yeah, John, bruh. Something like that. Something like that. I do believe that, bro. Like, Shakur Stevenson is definitely the favorite cutie pie, bro. Like, he's the sweetheart. Like, if Tio needs to do something similar, like how last weekend we seen Raymond Mortaya beat Andy Cruz in a close fight. Tio needs to do something similar like that, bro, to win. You know what I'm saying? Tio needs to do something similar like that. Or, like I said, he needs to just go and just beat the shit out of Shakur, bro. Because I don't see him getting a knockout. I just don't, bro. I don't see him getting a knockout. Like, Shakur is a tricky little bastard to hit. He's constantly moving back. He'll leap 3 feet in the fucking 3 feet back. But when he's doing that, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying Tio needs to go at his body. And when Shakur's leaping back, when he's moving back, hit him in his fucking chest, bro. Try to cave his fucking chest in. You know what I'm saying? Tio, in order for Tio to get a decision, he needs to rock and he needs to hurt Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. I say in order for Tio to get a decision, he needs to at least drop Shakur once or twice, bro. That's the only way I see Shakur Stevenson not winning this fight. Because if the fight is close and Tio doesn't hurt or doesn't drop Shakur, yeah, bro, they're going to rob him. They're going to rob him. That's what I think. But at the same time, is it? John says, hurt him hard. Yeah, bro, that's the only way Tio will win. But at the same time, I don't know if Tio winning is the best result for boxing. I used to think that, bro. I used to think that for Tio, it would be better for boxing if Tio won, but I don't know, man. I don't know no more, bro. Because one thing about Shakur Stevenson, yeah, he's a boring fucker to watch, painfully boring at that. But that's one thing I could say about Shakur. Yeah, John, bro. One thing, look, Teofimo Lopez has been the champion at 140 for, I don't know, a long time now, bro. Tio has been a champion at 140 for a long time. And just look at his track record, John. When Tio beat Lomachenko, he let that win get to his head so much that it took him a year. It took him a year to fight again, bro. You know? And now look at him at 140. He hasn't unified. He's been there. Tio has been the WBO Ring Magazine champion for I don't know how long now, bro, but he's been a champion for a long time and he hasn't unified with any of the other champions. He hasn't attempted to unify with Gary Antoine Russell. He was never trying to fight Subriel Matias when Matias had the when Matias had the IBF. He never tried to fight any of these guys, bro. You know, in the ring, Tio is the more entertaining fighter, but outside of the ring, I think that Teofimo Lopez is a bigger headache than Shakur. One thing about, look, just think about it this way, bruh. Shakur Stevenson, he just fought William Zepeda not even that long ago. And he's already fighting again. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you put the money up, John says Shakur can't draw a crowd. The reason people are tuning in is for Tio. John, bro, you know what? That's something else I noticed too. That's a good shout, John. You're right, man. This whole buildup, God, this dude Shakur, he really can't. Like he doesn't have the personality outside of the ring, and then inside the ring, he's boring as fuck, dog. He is a boring ass fighter to watch. So yeah, that's a good shout, bro. And you're right, man. A lot of like Tio has been selling this fight. You're right, man. You're right. And Shakur acts like a fucking asshole too, bro. You know? But moving on, bro. Moving on. I got other things to talk about too, bro. I also wanted to talk about this Keyshawn Davis. This Keyshawn Davis fight. He will be taking on Jermaine Ortiz, and Keyshawn Davis, he's moving up. This will be Keyshawn Davis's first fight at 140 pounds. John says, I think he's scared. Who, John? Who do you think is scared, Shakur or Tio? But yeah, man. Keyshawn Davis moving up to face top contender Jermaine Ortiz. And I think this fight has a potential to steal the show. John says Shakur. You think Shakur scares John? You know what? I think they're both kind of I think they're both kind of anxious, bro. Yeah, like the little, from the body language, I could see that, John. I could see that. They're both kind of on edge. I could definitely see that, but because they know, man, this is the loser of this fight. It's gonna hit. It's they're gonna their brand is gonna take a hit. Whoever loses this fight, their brand is for sure big time, bro. This is the big time. This is the big stage, man. So yeah, you're right, John. You're right. These guys are they seem nervous, and they should be, bro, because this is huge. This is it really, when it comes to boxing, it really don't get no bigger than this, bro. You know, unless you're on like a Canelo undercard or something like that. But back to Keyshawn Davis, and I think this fight between Keyshawn Davis and Keyshawn versus Jermaine Ortiz, I think this fight has the potential to steal the show. I think this fight has the potential to steal the show. because of Keyshawn Davis's fan-friendly style of boxing. The fight itself is going to be very interesting. I think so because both of these guys like being in control. Keyshawn Davis, I've always had a hard time trying to describe his fighting style. He's not your typical come forward pressured fighter. Like he is aggressive, because although Keyshawn Davis he has an aggressive style of fighting. He's not your typical come forward pressure type of fighter. So much is going on with Keyshawn Davis. And, there's so many things that's going on that makes his style so disruptive, so unpredictable. For example, let's say Keyshawn Davis throws a jab and misses. He's quick to recover by tying up his opponent. As soon as the referee breaks you up, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Here comes a quick two-piece, like Popeyes from Keyshawn. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you guys, it's the small things. It's the small things that Keyshawn Davis does that makes his game so disruptive and dangerous. It's the things that you don't even see Keyshawn doing. You'll miss it. You know what I'm saying? That makes him dangerous. Like he's on the inside. He likes roughing guys up. Maybe even putting his glove in your face or putting his whole damn forearm in your fucking neck just to make his opponent lose balance. Even getting his opponent in the headlock, anything to disrupt his opponent's rhythm. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's Keyshawn's style. Very gritty. John says Keyshawn is a dirty fighter. Yeah, John, but you know what, man? I like those dirty fighters, bro. I like those guys that will do anything to get the win. Those gritty, ruthless, win by any mean type of fighters. And yeah, I like those fucking guys, man. If they could win like that, man, more power to them, bro. Like, I'm not big on the dick punches, bro. As long as it's not, as long as you ain't punching no guy in the dick, bro. But other than that, yeah, bro, all that shit that Keyshawn does, bro, by, you know what I'm saying, putting you in a headlock or fucking roughing you up on the inside, fuck it, man. I'm all for it, man. I like a dirty fighter myself, John. But then on the other hand, you got the total opposite, bro. You got the total opposite of Keyshawn Davis. You got Jermaine Ortiz. I mean, the guy, they call him the technician. That's his alias. And Jermaine Ortiz, he could do it all, bro. Jermaine Ortiz, he can do it all. He can box. He can pressure guys. He's a switch hitter. He can fight out the southpaw or the orthodox stance. So that's why this is gonna be interesting to watch, bro. I'm actually pumped up. Yo, John, bro. I might be a little more excited for this fight than the actual main event. I'm telling you, man. The main event is or the co-main, it might steal the show, bro. Keyshawn Davis might steal the show, bro. But Jermaine Ortiz has a lot of tools in his toolbox, bro. A lot of tools. And because of Jermaine Ortiz's ability to adapt and find opportunities to land combinations, mix it up in there, I believe Jermaine Ortiz might just have the right tools to channel that disruption and that chaos that is Keyshawn Davis. You know what I'm saying? Like when Jermaine Ortiz fought Teofimo Lopez, although the fight was not very fan friendly, it was boring. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine Ortiz still made things difficult for Teofimo Lopez. He frustrated Lopez. Maybe had Jermaine Ortiz done a little more, maybe had Jermaine been more aggressive in certain parts of the fight, maybe the outcome would have been different. Shout out to Secret Dance Move. What up, bro? But yeah, man. Jermaine Ortiz, bro. When Jermaine Ortiz fought Teofimo Lopez, he found the right tools to present Teofimo Lopez with problems. And those tools were his feet and his range. Now, Jermaine Ortiz is not known for no excruciating power or nothing like that, but he does have enough power to make his opponent respect him. You know what I'm saying? However, the reason I'm still going with Keyshawn is because I've seen Jermaine Ortiz rocked and dropped by a way smaller opponent than Keyshawn. The opponent that hurt and dropped Jermaine Ortiz was this little guy, bro, named Joseph Adorno. Secret Dance Move says, I think Tio was a little uninterested in those type of fights. Hey, Secret Dance Move, bro. And see, that's see, that's why I keep saying that Tio's gonna have to be, he's gonna have to get interested, bro, because Shakur is, he's like, he fights like Jermaine Ortiz, bro. But just even better, you know? And that's what I'm saying. Teofimo Lopez is gonna have to do something different, bro. He's just gonna have to step to him. He's gonna have to step. That's the only way to beat this guy, bro. I've thought about it over and over in my head, and I'm like, bro, the only way I see Tio being successful is being real aggressive out the gate. He has to come out. Forget those fill-out rounds. Forget about the fill-out rounds. Go straight to Shakur's body for the first 3 rounds and make his ass drop his guard. First 3 rounds, I would tell Tio, don't worry about this guy's head, bro. Don't worry about trying to punch it. This boxing is a long fucking sport. You know, it's going to be a long, there's going to be plenty of time to try to hit this guy in the face. In the first 3 rounds, go straight to his body, boom, 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 drop his guard, and then he'll be vulnerable later. Slow his ass down, but he's got to make a statement. He's got to make a statement. Secret Dance Move says, I mean guys like Ortiz, Sandor Martin, and Claggett. Oh. I see what you're saying. Secret Dance Move. Okay. I see what you're saying. Guys like mid-tier guys. You know what, dude? That's a good shout. That's a good shout, bro. He overlooks guys. I see what you're saying. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it could be. It could be Secret Dance Moves. I didn't even think about that. You know, I didn't even think about that. Wow. I did not even think about that, bro. Secret Dance Move says, Tio always up when he faced elite guys like Loma, Taylor, and Barboza. Yeah. Yep. Secret Dance Move says, Tio looked great against Barboza, who is a cute counterpuncher. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he did his thing. But you know what? I remember in the fight versus Barboza, as soon as, if you remember correctly, Dwayne Styles, salute, bro. Overdose boxing, salute, bro. What's going on? Yeah, bro. But Secret Dance Move, bro. Like, look, if I remember correctly, Barboza, he rocked Tio's shit, bro, in like in the middle. I think it was like the third, maybe 4th or 5th round. You know what I'm saying? He hurt him, bro. Like Tio was letting off combinations in that fight, but as soon as shout out to LT says, let's do cocaine. hey, yo, Dwayne Styles, bro. Hit that like button, bro, for sure. LT, what up, bro? What's going on? Yeah, bro. But yeah, man, back to this Jermaine Ortiz, bro. This Jermaine Ortiz versus Yeah, bro. Back to the Jermaine Ortiz versus Keyshawn Davis. Look, bro, the reason why I say Keyshawn Davis is gonna knock this dude out, Jermaine Ortiz, is because I've seen Jermaine Ortiz rock and drop brought by a small ass dude, bro. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out, bro. The guy's name is Joseph Adorno. Okay, small little dude, bro, named Joseph Adorno, rocked and dropped Jermaine Ortiz not once, bro, but 2 times. Okay. Secret Dance Move says, I hear what you're saying. I think T.O. should do the exact opposite. I think T.O. should never overcommit, wait on the outside, and counter punch Shakur. Bro, I thought about that too, bro. I like, what would happen if Teofimo Lopez, didn't come at him either? You know what I'm saying? What if Teo decides to fight on the back foot? What happens then? You know, you think Shakur will come after him? Yeah, I've always wondered, bro. Okay, like let's say Teo decides to back foot bitch it, then what happens? Then what happens, bro? You think Shakur's gonna fight on the front foot? You know what I mean? What happens, bro? Secret Dance Move says, yes, the pressure on Shakur to entertain, not T.O. Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. John says it'll be a boring fight, bro. But just what if, bro? I say T.O. Look, T.O. takes the initiative the first 3 rounds to just go straight to Shakur's body. Boom, boom, boom. Forget about his head, bro. Just go straight to his body. Fuck his ribs up. Cave his fucking his rib cage in. Mix it up the first half, right? Slow his ass down, and then the second half, make Shakur fucking chase you. See what happens then. But but back to this back to what I was saying about Keyshawn Davis versus Jermaine Ortiz. Bro, Jermaine Ortiz, every time he steps up, he comes up short. In the fight versus Lomachenko, he comes up short. In the fight versus Teofimo Lopez, he comes up short. Secret Dance Move says, T.O. got faster hands. Kerr got faster footwork. Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's all gonna be all up to Secret Dance Move says, did Key make 140? I believe so, bro. I think so because you know we would have heard about it if he hadn't. I haven't heard nothing, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, he made it because the fight hasn't been canceled or nothing. Fight hasn't been canceled or nothing, so he should be good to go. But yeah, bro, that's why I'm saying Jermaine Ortiz, every time he steps up, he falls short. It's almost like Jermaine Ortiz is missing. He's like missing one more gear or something. That's another reason why I don't have enough confidence in Jermaine Ortiz to pull off the upset versus Keyshawn Davis. But at the same time, bro, Jermaine Ortiz ain't no punk, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine Ortiz ain't no punk. So Secret Dance Move says Adamas fight was canceled. That sucks. As I was looking forward to Adamas and Emo. Bruh, Oh, dude, I'm so glad you brought that up, Secret Dance, bro. I'm so done, bro. I am so done with fucking Carlos Adames, bro. I've given up. I've given up on that guy, bro. Like he's only he never fights. John says another yard. What do you mean by that, John? What do you mean? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Another Anthony Yard. Yeah, he always loses step of fights. Yeah, bro. Jermaine Ortiz is like another Anthony Yard, bro, and like a Sergey Deverchenko, bro. These guys always lose their step up fights, bro. Always come up short. Secret Dance Move says, yeah, one fight in 3 years. Secret Dance Moves, has it been that long, bro? Has it really been that long? Wow. Yeah, because the Adames' last fight was Hamza Shiraz, bro. And when was that? When the fuck was that? When the fuck was that, bro? That was a minute ago. Yeah, bro, but Carlos Adames, bro, I'm done, bro. I'm done. He always ducked. He was always ducking. He stayed ducking Janibek. He never wanted to smoke with Janibek, bro. And then on top of that, yeah, like Secret Desmond says, bro, he fights once every 3 years, bro. Like, nah, bro, I'm fucking done with that guy. And then he has this fight coming up, and then he fucking doesn't fight. Like, nah, bro. There's no excuse for that because there's no excuse, bro. At the end of this, really no excuse because Bakram Murtazaliev, bro. If Bakram could fight during Ramadan, what's Carlos Adames' excuse for not fighting? Come on, bro. Nah. Fuck Carlos Adames. I'm done with that dude, bro. And that sucks because I don't even think Ammo Williams got a replacement. Have they even replaced him? Have they gotten him a replacement? I don't think so, bro. I think Ammo Williams is shit out of luck, bro. He's just fucking out. He's just out. No fight for Ammo Williams, bro. Thanks to that fucking dirtbag Carlos Adames. And there's no excuse for it, bro. Like, bro, Bakram Murtazaliev fought during Ramadan, bro. And for those who don't know what that means, is Ramadan. Okay, Muslims, right? Ramadan is a religious practice, bro, where you fast. You don't eat for a whole month. You don't eat for a month, bro. And Bakram fought without eating for a whole month, bro. Like, nah, bro. That dude Carlos Adames, nah, bro. That dude's a waste of time, bro. Fools a waste of fucking space, dude. Just and you know what? Big secret dance move, bro. I was hoping that Ammo Williams beat Carlos Adames for that same reason. I figured the WBC strap would be a whole lot better in Adames's possession. Or I'm sorry, not Adames's, but in Ammo Williams' possession than that other fucking dickhead Carlos Adames, bro. Yeah, secret dance moves. It might be too late to find a replacement, bro. That's what I'm saying, dude. That dude Carlos Adames, bro. And so, man, he really fucked everything up because I was really hoping. I was like, okay, if Ammo Williams could get Adames, if he could get his belt, this might bring some life back to the 160-pound division, bro, because that 160-pound division is dead, bro. That shit is dead. Like, what the fuck? Nobody even. And it's thanks to fucking Secret Dance Move says, okay, they found a guy to fight. Bro, a Wendy Toussaint. Bro, isn't Wendy a girl's name, bro? Secret Desmond says, I hope there's not actually a woman. Yeah, bro. Dude, that is fucked up, dude. Yeah, no, I'm done with that dude, Carlos Adames, bro. Like, I was already fucking he he kept ducking Janibek. Y'all remember that? Carlos Adames had an excuse to not fight Janibek for fucking ever, bro. It was excuse after excuse after excuse not to fight Janibek. And now you now we get this shit. Like, yeah, nah, bro. I'm done. Now we get this bullshit fucking fight versus Wendy Toussaint. That's a crazy name for a man, bro. You know what? That dude might actually know how to fight because his dad named him Wendy. He's probably been getting bullied his whole life for that, bro. You know, kids coming up to this dude, bro. Fucking, isn't Wendy a girl's name, bro? What the fuck? You know, kids, bro, they're mean as fuck. But yeah, man. Big time fights, bro. I'm so excited for this weekend, guys, bro. It's fucking gonna be off the hook, bro. There's gonna be so many fucking fights. Shit, there's fights going on right now, bro. I got boxing on my TV right now, bro. Got fucking pro box going on. You know what I'm saying? But ain't even gonna cap, bro. Secret Danceman says, yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, bro. But back to this Keyshawn Davis and Jermaine Ortiz, bro. Look, when I first learned about Keyshawn Davis, the businessman, dude, his name fit well, bro. He was all business. I think he was like, when I first learned about Keyshawn Davis, he was like 6, maybe 7 fights in. And it was all violence, bro. Just beautiful violence when he fought. I remember that shit. But here recently, bro, Keyshawn Davis has been looking more and more like a whole dirtbag, bro. Just a burnout, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn Davis has been looking more like a whole dickhead, bro. Like for example, last year he was supposed to be defending his title versus Edwin De Los Santos, but then he comes in overweight. Bro, and he's a champion. He comes in 4.3 pounds overweight, bro. Like, and he was supposed to come in at 135. He came in at 139, bro. And then he was forced to drop his WBO title. I thought to myself, bro, this is not businessman shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? John says the fame got to him, bro, and that's crazy because, yeah, bro, I guess so. He couldn't handle the fucking fame. Yeah, that's a good shout, John. Yeah, bro, I thought to myself, bro, there's nothing business savvy about this, bro. Like, you're supposed to be the businessman, dude. What the fuck is this? And then in the same event, bro, like, not, the next day, the same event where you're supposed to be headlining, bro, he lets all of his folks down, right? Everybody that went and bought a ticket from Norfolk, Virginia and beyond, who traveled, bro, who traveled from like Atlantic City, Philadelphia, that drove far to see this guy fight in Norfolk, Virginia. He lets them down, right? Not only does he let his fans down, and then he goes and he beats up Nair Albright, bro, for beating his brother Kelvin. Y'all remember that? He beats up Nair Albright, bro, for beating his brother in a fight. Just a complete crash out, bro, and embarrassment display, bro. And what's fucked up is that it gets even worse, because we were recently, bro, Bernie the Boxer exposed Keyshawn Davis by letting the world know, bro, that Keyshawn actually missed weight on purpose, bro. Bro, Bernie the Boxer tells everybody, right? He goes on I forgot. I think he was on Mill City's podcast, and he's like, Bernie the Boxer exposed him. Dude, he was like, "Yeah, bro, Keyshawn Davis never had intentions of making weight, bro. He didn't want to. He ducked. I mean, pretty much he ducked Edwin De Los Santos, bro. You know, there's no other way around it. That's a flat out duck. You know, that's a flat out duck. Um, Keyshawn's fucking butt buddy Shakur Stevenson must have told him how hard Edwin De Los Santos is, bro. That's why he didn't want to fight. That's why Keyshawn didn't want to fight Edwin De Los Santos, bro. Shakur was like, "Don't fight him, Keyshawn. Edwin hits really hard, Keyshawn." Keyshawn, bro, he even admitted to, bro, he was so scared, bro. He was so scared to fight Edwin. He even turned to the bottle, bro. He even admitted it, bro. He fucking turned to the bottle, try to get some liquid courage. Um, oh, bro, and then here's another reason why. Here's another reason why I don't rule out a potential upset. There's a lot of things going into this fight, bro, that makes it a potential upset of the year candidate, bro. It is because this is gonna be the first time Keyshawn Davis fights without Bomac in his corner. There's no Bomac, there's no Bomac camp, there's no Bernie the Boxer, there's no Esau Dieguez in his corner. So I don't know what Keyshawn Davis is gonna look like. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know who Keyshawn Davis's new trainer is, to be real with y'all. Um, yeah, I don't even know who's training Keyshawn for this fight. But all I know is Keyshawn Davis. And dude, and considering everything I know about Keyshawn now, bro, like considering that, he drinks alcohol and he does drugs, he smokes reefer, misses weight. I don't even know how serious this guy is about his career in boxing, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's another reason why I don't rule out uh, um, an upset. Um, and then here's another reason too, bro. You know, another reason I think this has a potential to be an upset candidate is because here recently, bro, Keyshawn Davis uploaded a video of him celebrating um, Raymond Murtazaliev beating Andy Cruz. And the funny thing about things like that, bro, the funny things about things like that is the universe has a funny way of biting you right back in the ass, bro. When you put that type of energy out, that type of karma's a motherfucker, man. But but at the day, this dude Keyshawn Davis, he's a hell of a fighter, right? He's a hell of a talent, and it's boxing, bro. It's just you in there. It's just you alone in there, and it's really up to the fighter. And despite all of his dickhead behavior outside the ring, Keyshawn Davis is still one hell of a talent. He is uh he's a good fighter, man. And so I'm gonna still go with Keyshawn Davis. I think, yeah, I still got Keyshawn Davis over Jermaine Ortiz. And as far as that Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur fight goes, bro, I'm gonna go with my pick for that one, bro. I'm gonna go the safe route, bro. I'm gonna go the safe route. I'm gonna say Shakur Stevenson on unanimous decision or just a boring, whether it be split decision, unanimous decision, but that's how I see it, bro. I see Shakur winning by some both round Olympic style fight. Because I really think Shakur. is the favorite. Well, I mean, I know he's a favorite in Vegas, but John says, damn, you choosing Shakur. John, I am, bro. I am. Because the circumstances, John, bro, you have to understand. Tio damn near needs a knockout, bro, or a flawless ass. Look, John, I'm going to put it to you like this, bro. For Teofimo Lopez to win this fight, he's going to need a damn near like a Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney type of performance. If he doesn't have just a one-sided ass whooping, you know? At Secret Dance Move says, who do you want to win? You know what? Secret Dance Moves, bro. I would really like I would prefer Tio to win. Yeah, I want Tio too, bro. Honestly, I do prefer Tio to win, bro, because this dude Shakur, he's a fucking dickhead too, bro. Like, and it'd be one thing if he was a dickhead and then he was entertaining in the ring, but he's really not, bro. You know? At least Tio is entertaining, bro. When he fights, at least Tio entertains. Shakur is just a all-around dickhead, bro. Like, he says stupid ass shit outside of the ring. And then he says dumb ass, and then he fights, like, bro, and that's another thing, bro. He says shit like, oh, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. He says all these things, bro, and then he gets in the ring, bro, and fucking and does the exact opposite, bro. He throws these little badoink punches, bro. Throws a little 1-2s. He does a little 1-2s and he back for bitches it all night. Like, come on, bro. Like, but that's how I see it, man. That's how I see it. This fight, it's not going to be all that's cracked up to be. I don't think it is. It has a potential to be a boring ass fight. And like I said, for the Tio is fighting an uphill battle, you know. But moving on, bro. Another fight I wanted to talk about, bro, is the Josh Kelly versus Bakram Murtazaliev. Now, one thing about this fight is, bro, Josh Kelly is in trouble, bro. Yeah, Josh Kelly is fucked. I want y'all to know that. That is one fight that I am 100% sure of this weekend, bro. That is one fight I am 100% sure of that I could tell you that if I had to put money on a fight this weekend, bro, it would definitely be this one, the Bakram versus Josh Kelly. And you know what's crazy is I've been hearing a lot of people actually picking. Secret Dance Move says, I think that would be more entertaining. Bro, because because you're gonna see somebody get their fucking skull bashed in, dude. You know what I'm saying? Because Bakram is a power punching fucking inbred Russian. You know, and Secret Dance says, yeah, Bakram's gonna run through him. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's exactly what I'm saying. But I've been hearing a lot of people actually picking Josh Kelly. John says Bakram is no joke. Yeah, bro. I really like this dude Bakram, bro. Especially like knowing that he fought during Ramadan, bro. Like, dude, you imagine fighting a guy, bro, fighting a professional fighter, bro. Right? You fighting a professional fighter and you haven't eaten in days, but bro, in weeks. You haven't eaten nothing in weeks, bro, and you're gonna go and fight this man, bro. And yeah, bro. Like, and what's crazy is, but like I said, I've been hearing a lot of guys say that they're picking Josh Kelly, but that's because you know I be listening to the Boxing Voice, bruh, and if you guys ever heard the Boxing Voice, a lot of like low IQ casuals call into that show, bro, and so you got a lot of guys I think that just they're just guys that like to go against the grain, like somebody that's just wants to disagree, you know, those type of guys. I've been hearing a lot of guys like that picking Josh Kelly, but yeah, no, I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it one bit, especially because Josh Kelly's already been stopped, bro. He's already been beat up by David Avanesian. You know, the same David Avanesian that got knocked out by Terrence Crawford, and he got stopped by what's that guy's name? Jerome Bucenis. Um, so if a guy like David Avanesian could stop Josh Kelly, bro, what do you think a guy like Bakram with heavy ass hands and just some fucking mitts on him is gonna do to Josh Kelly? You know, one thing about Josh Kelly though, he is an Olympian. You know, he won a bronze medal back in 2016. So you already know what kind of style he's gonna bring to the ring. That he's gonna do that Olympic style type of fighting. He's one of those back foot bitches. one of those back foot cutie pies. You know, he likes to fight out of the Philly shell. You know what I'm saying? He likes to feint and sugar foot it. But yeah, Josh Kelly relies on his athleticism, his reflexes. And one thing I will say, bro, about Josh Kelly that might make this fight a little interesting, guys, is I believe that he's learned from his loss. I believe he learned from his loss versus David Avanesian, you know, because he's bounced back since then. And he is on a 6-fight winning streak, man, with wins over guys like Troy Williamson, Ishmael Davis. These are European guys, bro. You know, you guys probably don't fucking follow. But I'm a nerd, bro. I'm a boxing nerd, so I know all these guys. But you know, but yeah, he's bounced back, bro. He's on a 6-fight win streak, and that's all you can do, bro. When you lose, you lose to a guy like David Avanesian. That's all you can do, bro. Is pick yourself up, bro, and get back up, recreate yourself. And I believe since David Avanesian lost, Josh Kelly has learned to. I think he's learned how to manage his stamina better because, and he needs to, bro. Because if you're gonna fight like that, you're gonna fight on the back foot. You need to learn how to manage your fucking stamina better. He gassed out. That's what really happened, bro. Because in that David Avanesian fight, Josh Kelly was fucking him up, bro. Like in the first few rounds, Josh Kelly was beating up David, but he slowed down, bro. He got tired, and that's when David Avanesian started fucking him up. Now, and here's another thing, bro, that I think that might give Josh Kelly an advantage, bro, is that the last time, bro, we seen Bakram in the ring was back in October, bro, of 2024, bro. Yeah, that means Bakram hasn't fought, bro. He hasn't fought in damn near 500 days. Yeah, it's been that long since Bakram has been in the ring. And it's no fault of Bakram, bro. Bakram was actively trying to fight motherfuckers, bro. He was trying to fight Virgil. He was trying to fight Boots. But the Americans didn't want no smoke, bro. They're like, hell no. And it's always, bro, you guys notice it's always the Europeans that'll go, yeah, I'll fight him. You know, when there's ever a boogeyman that nobody wants to fight, it's always the Europeans or, somebody like that nobody's ever heard about. Like when Shabril Matias was the boogeyman at 140, y'all remember Richardson Hitchens was ducking, Devin Haney was ducking up, bro. There is a point in time where nobody wanted no smoke, bro. Rolly Romero was acting like he didn't know who Subriel Matias was. Nobody wanted to fight Subriel Matias, bro. What they do? They bring a guy from Australia and whooped him. Liam Paro, bro. You remember that? This is kind of the same thing with Baccarat, bro. They couldn't find a guy to fight him here in the States, so they had to go all the way to New England. Or I'm sorry, not New England, but England. They had to go snatch up Pretty Boy Kelly, bro. Looks like Tom Cruise. But yeah, bro, it's been that long, bro, since we seen Baccarat fight. You know? And it's been, like I said, what, 500 days? So that's another advantage, bro, that Josh Kelly could use, maybe, right? Josh Kelly's been a lot more active. He's seen some action back in last year. He knocked out this cat named Flavius Bay in one round, but it's more than what Baccarat has been seeing. You know, that's the only thing I could see Josh Kelly using to win. If somehow, some way, the inactivity has affected Baccarat in some way, form, or fashion, But other than that, I believe that Baccarat is just going to be too big, too strong for Josh Kelly. Plus, like I said before, we've seen Josh Kelly struggle, rocked and get dropped, beat up by a way less talented fighter than Baccarat. You know what I'm saying? In Baccarat's last fight, bro, that if y'all remember, he made easy work of Tim Tszyu, getting Tim Tszyu out of there in just 3 rounds. But Tim Tszyu doesn't fight nothing like Josh Kelly, bro. Tim Tszyu is gonna step right to you. He's gonna be right in your face, trying to exchange with you, and that's why it only took Baccarat 3 rounds to dispose of Tim. But since Josh Kelly's gonna fight on his back foot, he's gonna make Baccarat chase him. In other words, I believe that it'll take Baccarat a little longer to dispose of Kelly. So like 6 rounds. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, give me Baccarat. I got Baccarat knocking out Josh Kelly in 6 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you guys, man. Yeah, Baccarat's gonna fuck this dude up, bro. But that's what else, bro? What else we got to talk about? Um, those are the big 3 that I wanted to talk about, man. Talked about Carlos Adames. Yep. John said stoppage in 6. Yep. That's my pick, bro. That's how I see it. I got Baccarat knocking this dude out in 6 rounds. But yeah, man. We talked about the T.O. versus Shakur. Talked about Keyshawn. Talked about Keyshawn versus Jermaine Ortiz. Talked about the Baccarat. Oh, the last one, bro, is the Puerto Rican kid. Xander Zayas versus Abbas Baru. I got Xander Zayas. I see Xander Zayas winning that fight. I don't. But interestingly enough, I do remember in Xander Zayas' last fight versus what was his name? Jorge Perez. He was outboxing him pretty well, but I remember towards the last few rounds, towards the championship rounds, he started gassing out, and Perez was landing. He was fucking him up. So Abbas Baru, he's in this fight. He's a live dog, bro. I'm telling you guys, man. Bro, this is gonna be fucking fantastic this weekend. This is gonna be fucking fantastic. I'm so excited, bro. Like, So much fucking fights going on. It's like this is almost like a Super Bowl. It's like a Super Bowl for boxing fans, bro. Almost like a Super Bowl for boxing guys. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got, boys. And with that one, man, catch you on the next one. It's been your boy Old Dog Boxing. I'm out.